So Venom 3. Venom: The Last Dance. Sony's will be their next Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man.
What was that?
I'm
Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man.
We did a review of the first movie and the second movie. We also have like an omnibus of like all before this video, all of our like we talk about Venom 3, like we've talked about those movies, and you and I both kind of had this feeling of I enjoy them because I know they're trash, but I will say this in a good way. They're entertaining. They're like B movies, and I like them for that. I understand if most people don't. I get it. But for me, I enjoy it. And this is coming from someone who absolutely loves the character. So
we went to Venom Let There Be Carnage together, which was awesome because I did not know about like the post-credit scene. Did you? When we went into that? See, so that was kind of like, oh, cool. We went and saw it in the theater, and that was a nice little treat, I thought. And then later on that day, I think we watched the first one. I like them. I just at this point it brings to mind a couple things. Right now, like I got a new phone, and I've talked about how my Google thing was not refreshing because I turned it off in my settings, and I haven't turned it off on this new phone yet. So when I go to Google, which is my homepage, when I go online,
you got the trailer fed to you?
No, I get a bunch of stories based on what I look up, which is generally football and Star Wars and comic books and shit.
And dude stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. But so a lot of it is like I'll get something about like AC/DC because I got Iron Maiden tickets or whatever, or hey, here's X-Men '97 because like I looked at it, whatever.
Yeah, that was a Collective Soul.
Yeah. Those drums fucking drove me nuts. The reason why I'm saying this is because they have this like clickbaity type shit, and this clickbaity shit is like Sony Spider-Verse box office bomb finding hits, becoming hit on Netflix. And I'm like, no,
God, is it fucking
right?
Madam
and
Web?
I'm like, no, you fucking asshole. And I opened the article, and of course, it's some shithead talking about how so many people are watching it on Netflix compared to its theatrical run. And it's like, yeah, because people are watching to see how bad it is.
You know what they're probably doing? They're probably putting it on at a fucking party, and they're having a drinking game and getting fucking trash.
It's like TikTok, whatever. But it drove me nuts because it's like that's the only fucking thing those fucking movies are good for. That's the only.
They're garbage.
I don't give a shit about Craven. I don't give a shit about what movie were we just talking about. We're talking about the Venom. I think Venom, The Last Dance should be fun because you're gonna have. There's a theory that Null might show up.
I think that's where they're going.
That would be cool. We've already seen symbiote dragons, which is like fuck yeah, dude. Wasn't that a symbiote dragon on the?
It was
airplane or something.
Yeah, well, and then they had that. Yeah, they had the best part of the whole fucking trailer was when they turned the horse, and then they bonded him with the horse, and we got Venom horse, and I'm like, fuck yeah, because you know what I'm thinking? This movie's gonna be dumb as shit, but I'm gonna have so much fun. And you know what?
If you
it
do
comes
it right,
out the weekend of my fucking birthday, so of course I'm.
When is it coming out?
October 25th.
Have we bought tickets for Deadpool Wolverine yet?
We'll never see that movie.
Wow.
It's trash.
I don't want to see that cash grab.
Did you
see the?
It also is some people have been tweeting about this and pointing this out. It is kind of fucking hilarious that we live in a world where we're going to have 3 Venom movies now
without Spider-Man.
And there's like we have a Venom getting a trilogy before the Justice League does. Like, fucking what world are we living in, man?
The more I read about, and if we want to talk about this a little later, we can. I won't get too far into it. But the more I read about things happening with the James Gunn's DCEU or whatever you want to call it, the more excited I am to start seeing it.
I think Superman's gonna be, it's going to be a breath of fresh air. And I think it's going to be, as much as some people might hate it, whatever, I think it's going to harken back to a more classical Superman. I don't think that, and I absolutely believe that James Gunn is going to modernize the Superman, but you can still make him compelling and make him a good person and not make him a Boy Scout caricature.
Yeah, by the way, that wasn't like a girl-like pose he was doing in that production shot. That was an example of,
someone putting...
No, that was an example of somebody who clearly has the weight of the world on his shoulders at the end of the day.
And he's putting his boots on.
Actually, I think he was taking them off at the end of the day.
Well, there's a laser in the background. I would hope that wasn't the end of the day. Because then that would mean that Brainiac would win.
Who the fuck?
Whoa. I am excited about that too.
I'm excited to see Brainiac.
But Venom, to get to this point, especially have this movie, like think of what they learned from this trilogy of we can make Venom more appealing to a mainstream audience if we lean into the silliness of it and these are comedies. Like this whole thing, the whole dynamic is just you want to see Venom and Eddie hanging out. Like you just want to see them going.
That first like action sequence
it's a boy
in the trailer.
We've said that for all these movies.
And why the fuck are we doing it a third time? I guess. That first sequence in the trailer where they're whatever.
You didn't like the weird Venom part?
No.
Why?
Because it's like an overdone bit in Buddy. Like by this point, it's the third movie. They should. Why are we still having like this Turner and Hooch type of fucking?
That is a good point.
Relationship with these guys.
Yeah, but it's been pretty rocky because the last movie they weren't together for a good portion of it. Remember, they broke up for a little bit. So I think they're still repairing their relationship, and then they went to.
Is Michelle Williams in this?
I don't know.
Probably not. Which means
I'm sure she is
good.
At some point.
Whatever.
She's been in the other two. Why wouldn't she? I think this is leading to Clintar. I think we're going straight toward. We're gonna just because I think at this point, if you're not gonna go to the Spider-Man route, because I think there is no chance in hell that Tom Holland shows up or Andrew Garfield or any Spider-Man. I don't think Spider-Man is in this at all.
No.
I feel like you have to go for if you're truly saying this is it. This is the last movie Tom Hardy's going to do. This is the trilogy. You have to bring in You have to bring in the Donny Cates shit with the Clintar and all that. You have to do that because you've already alluded to it. And then based on this trailer, the other symbiotes are coming down. So, and then there's so many ways you can go with it. I think if you're gonna, this is the only way I could justify this, and I'm gonna write a better ending to this fucking movie, and I know it, but I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay.
Venom: The Last Dance kills Eddie.
Okay.
Eddie dies. It's it. This is the last dance. We're committing. They contain the fucking Venom, and who gets it? And you can cast whoever you want. Flash fucking Thompson, and this means the next movie is Agent Venom. That's the only way.
Space Knight Venom, dude.
I swear to God, Marvel. There's still time. Sony, there's still time.
The problem is it's not Marvel's problem. It's Sony's problem.
Sony. No, yeah, sorry. Sony.
If Marvel had their way, they would tell.
I'm telling you right now, that is not how this movie's going to end.
No.
Because that's too good of an ending.
The movie is going to end with... You want to know my take? The movie's going to end in a big old action sequence where Eddie dies, right? But then, just when you start thinking maybe he's really dead, can you believe that? And he starts doing his whole shtick, and that's the end of the movie, and they walk off into the sunset. Boring.
You know what else?
Kill Eddie.
Tyler.
Kill Eddie.
Tyler, you know what else?
Don't you think, though?
You know what else?
Don't you think?
You could bring back Andrew Garfield, right? You could bring back...
How about...
You don't even have to bring back that guy from his movies.
How about...
You could just... Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me go.
Gotcha.
Let me cook.
Yep. Cook.
You could recast again, but that's how you could do Andrew Garfield. And this is how we do Venom, because this would be the first time this Venom would see Peter. And so you could do the Peter symbiote story again, have your cake and eat it too, and then have Flash without his legs be addicted, be like in the books, be like, oh my gosh, because he has his legs when he has the symbiote, and he craves it and needs it because he wants his legs back. But the symbiote's going fucking off with Peter. Good God, I'm writing better movies for them. What am I doing? But that's what they should do. But they won't.
Here's an alternative.
I'm sorry that turned
ending.
into an Agent Venom pitch. I'm sorry.
No, that was awesome. But here's an alternative to that. Is you do truly end the Venom stuff, which will never happen. But
They're never gonna end
if
this.
you could, here's 2 ways that I would end it. One, Eddie and Venom sacrifice themselves to save everybody.
Yeah.
And credits roll. At the end of the credits, you see a little bit of symbiote, right? Like you did at the end of No Way Home. Or whatever it was, and you have it kind of doing whatever in the foreground, and somebody walks up to it, and it bonds with them, and it's Andrew Garfield in his Spider-Man costume. That's a fitting send-off to like Andrew Garfield. Here is the alternate to that, which I think would be even better and funnier, is that same thing, but it's Tobey Maguire, and instead of bonding with him, he steps on it and goes, not again, fuck that. And that's the end of that.
That would be pretty great.
Right? Even though I've softened on Spider-Man 3.
Hey, this is all I'm saying.
You are saying bullshit. Sorry.
This is all I'm saying. Sony,
stop it.
I have just created a way for you to keep Venom going and have Spider-Man. All I'm saying. I gave you an opportunity to have your cake and eat it too. That being said, this movie, Last Dance, I'm excited because it looks dumb, it looks silly, and it's going to be what I loved about those first 2 movies. They're leaning into the comedy. I agree that first joke is kind of like, but later, like when they're fighting and you see the big crawling fucking symbiote.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ! Like that's funny. Like that when you let Venom have like when he goes, holy shit, a red one. Like when he has like legitimate reactions to it, it's funny. But like it can be kind of hokey sometimes. I get it. Or like the one when when he says when he's got the head out. Yeah, you know what? I like these fucking movies.
Fuck you,
Venom, Last Dance. I'm excited. I'll be there. It's my birthday weekend. I'm gonna watch it on my birthday, probably.
Sounds good.
And then you know what? Call me right now, Sony. No,
dude, we just gave you like 17
DM
great
me.
ideas.
I just gave you an Agent Venom pitch / this is how you introduce Venom to Andrew Garfield or even Tom Holland. It would still work for Tom Holland.
I told you 6 months ago how to make the perfect Craven movie that anybody would give a fuck about, and you completely ignored me.
And you know what, man?
Swing web.
Without Spider-Man, apparently.
You know what I say?
You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, Gaina.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.